Hey Aquarius, welcome to your reading for June 2022. My name is Shay. Let's go ahead and hop right into these cards. But before we do that, let's hear from our sponsor today, Keen. Keen is an online service that gives you access to vetted psychics and spiritual advisors from the comfort of your own home 24/7, which makes it so easy and convenient to use anytime you need guidance. I was nervous but excited about my first experience with Keen this year, but my advisor was so comforting and her accuracy really shocked me. Not only was she able to pinpoint some key changes in my life, but also gave me some great love advice, which we all need, tarot readers included. To get started on the website or the app, you just have to answer a quick survey to match you with the right advisor, and then you can start chatting. Use the link on the screen to get your first 10 minutes for $1.99. After that, it will depend on the advisor that you choose, but no worries. There's a satisfaction guarantee. For any of your love or life questions, try Keen today for $1.99. It's linked on the screen as well as in the description box and in the comments. So, what does the zodiac sign Aquarius need to know about June 2022? What does the zodiac sign Aquarius need to know about June 2022? The man. Look, you came out of your own reading. The man is equal to the star in this particular day. What does Aquarius need to know about June 2022? Ooh, the moon. Six of water. Undines and mermaids. What does the zodiac sign Aquarius? What does Aquarius need to know about June 2022? What will my Aquarius's experience? Okay. The Seven of Earth and Yansa. Straight out the deck. Okay. Interesting message here. It's a lot, but not a lot going on. I feel like I got a lot of intuitive messages. So there's a lot of creativity here. There's a lot of mental things going on here, I should say. Not just creativity. So yes, for some of you, it will be creativity. For some of you, it will be a lot of inspiration, a lot of hopeful ideas that may come to you in the month of June. This is significant because I feel like it's going to be an influx, good and bad. So for some of you, this could be coming up with like ideas for a show, ideas for a new hobby, ideas for what you want to get into. For some of you, you may want to get into like the medical industry or like the helping, healing people kind of side of things. Or you might want to start a podcast or start a social media page or something like that. Like I feel like social communications, like taking your humanitarian self and putting it on a broader scale in some type of way. So that's the good part, right? So you may start working towards that. You may start seeing the fruits of your labor towards that. There may need to be a little patience, okay? But essentially, you're just working every day, towards those things. I feel like you may get a lot of inspired. On the negative end of that, you may be coming up with some crazy ideas, okay? You may be getting ahead of yourself emotionally. And that's crazy because Aquarius don't do that. Y'all are normally the ones with the level head next to like the earth signs, but y'all are normally with the ones with the level heads when it comes to your emotions. But I think they may be getting to you in the month of June. Specifically, by the way, it is retrograde and it's supposed to hit your sign and a couple others a little harder than everybody else's. So that may be why. But for some of you there, you may be coming up with all of these ideas about how things are going wrong. All of these people, they're just backstabbers and betrayers and, all of these things. Or you may be like, I've outgrown this and I've outgrown that. And that's not to say that any of those things can't be true. I'm just saying you may need to do some checks and balances. Try not to let what's going on under the surface influence the top until you know for sure. But like I said, I think for some of you, it's just that realization that something isn't going to work between people. Mostly for some people, it's an outgrowing process. And for some of you, it's just simply like we're just on two sides of an issue and we can't seem to come together and communicate. This may be specifically with someone who's kind of like a loose cannon a little bit. Could be another air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, or this could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Does not have to be, but there might be someone that's a loose cannon around you. So that kind of changes the dynamic of what it is that you say or what you don't say. Like you may feel like you and this person are at odds or something of that nature, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. There just probably needs to be a conversation. Now, on the other side of that, let's say your relationships are perfect and there are no issues. There's also a piece here that may feel like your life is stuck. You may feel like you don't know where something specific is going. And so you're kind of letting that get the best of you. You may feel like you haven't made any progress. Like there's something where you're just like, okay, I'm just here. And instead of seeing that as, okay, I'm here, so what's next? For some of you, you're seeing it as I'm here and I suck and I always suck and everything's like, like it's stretching into more than what it necessarily needs to be in the month of June. Like I said, I do believe that you get out of it. I do believe that you kind of check yourself at some point, but I wouldn't be surprised if you kind of started the month with that, or maybe sometime in the middle of the month. But by the end of the month, these ideas start hitting. You start working towards something to get your mind off the mess, and then it kind of works out. Okay? So what's going on in these relationships? What does the zodiac sign Aquarius need to know about their love and relationships in June 2022? The zodiac sign Aquarius. What do my Aquariuses need to know about their love and relationships in June 2022? Make the message abundantly clear for them, spirit guides. What does Aquarius need to know about their love and relationships in June? Too many cards. Okay, I'm going to read these off because that's taking too long. Wicked. Glam it up. I heard spruce it up. And we have staying in. Clarity. What is the zodiac sign Aquarius? Aquarius, what do they need to know about June 2022? What do my Aquariuses need to know about June 2022? One card. What does the zodiac sign Aquarius need to know? Thank you. And rocking it. Okay. There's so much going on here. I feel like I'm almost looking at like 4 different people. Okay. So, it's so interesting because I'm getting so many things. Okay. For somebody specific, there is this kind of identity crisis that's going on a little bit with you guys. You want to spruce it up. You want to change it up. You want to flip something up when it comes to your love life. Specifically, though, on your end. You don't like how something's going and you want to change it. So you may put the effort towards changing it this month. 2, someone does not like the way that another person in their life is portraying them, like themselves, or portraying you to other people. So you may have to have a discussion about that. Like you may feel like someone's out of pocket. The things that they're doing is wrong. The way that they're saying things is wrong. And then like I hear you going, you're so wicked. I literally hear that coming in my ears. You're wicked. You're a bad person. Like I hear you kind of saying that. And although I don't see Aquarius as being people who are very like judgmental, I feel like that might be something that's going on in your head about a person. This person's lying. This person's doing this. This person's doing that. And you're like thinking about it and you're kind of either pushing them away or you're kind of, I don't know. Like there's some type of dialogue about that going on. On the opposite end, like I said, for some of you, you may be kind of going a little quiet. Some of you like it, some of you don't. Some of you like that you're kind of getting in your own bag, you're minding your business, you've been on your own thing. And for others of you, you're kind of sick and tired of doing that, but you also don't know what you want to do next. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, until I know, I'm gonna just sit here. Or maybe you're bored, or maybe you feel like your partner's a little too busy. I just heard for somebody, you feel like your partner's a little bit too on top of you. So that may be true for some of you. You may need a break, like a mental break from that relationship. And like I said in the general, don't hop to making any changes until you kind of get over this mental hump. Because right now, some things are just not in a good position. And the last thing you would want to do is make a decision off emotions that you no longer have. Okay, and then rocking it. So we have that being yourself, being confident, loud and proud, hitting the right note, harmonious concerts, and showing off. Both of these cards have the same energy. So like I said, there's another person out there. Some of you may be glamming it up. You may be planning to go to a concert. You may be like getting yourself together. You're trying to become better, more so to boost your own confidence, but also just to kind of go out there and express yourself. Some of you are being really social too. Confidence is a big thing. And normally I wouldn't say this because I'm not You know, I believe that confidence always can come from within, but I think for some of you, a makeover, like doing what you want to do with your physical appearance. I'm not talking about like what the world deems as beautiful or cool or whatever. Doing those things for yourself or getting those things done, I think would make you feel a little better if that's something you're worried about this month, okay? So clarity for my Aquarius is in relationships. One card for them. Is there any messages for my Aquariuses that are in relationships? Ooh. Okay, yeah, I was kind of getting that too. Alrighty, give your relationship a chance and very soon. These say work on your partnership and clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. I did not just say that earlier. Make sure you know what's going on before you make any decisions on your relationship. And this doesn't have to be romantic either. I know I asked for romantic couples, but I feel like for some of you, if this is a friendship or if this is something that's really important to you, make sure you're deciding before you leap off the hill. Because some stuff is just misunderstanding and some stuff is serious, but you'll know the difference. So clarity for my Aquariuses in their career and finances. What does zodiac sign Aquarius need to know about their career and finances in June 2022? What do they need to do in their career and finances? What will they experience? Thank you. Okay, so declutter. It is safe for you to receive. No more complaining, and God is your source. And these came out when I asked what you needed to do. Okay. So with declutter, that is self-explanatory. Declutter your spaces, declutter your schedule, declutter, all of those things. Anything that is a cluttered space is a cluttered mind. So anything physically that's cluttered needs to be cleaned because it's actually what's causing your anxiety. Furthermore, though, for somebody specific, you have too many tabs open. As in, too many projects open, too many ideas open. Like I said, you'll get a lot of ideas this month, but you need to find a way to archive them. And I know I'm talking about physicality. You guys may not be physical in that way, but if you're get a journal, get a little notepad in your phone and write down these ideas one at a time. That doesn't mean you can't have multiple going. It's just that sometimes we try to give 100% to each, and that ain't how percentages work. Okay, so you can't do that. So it's like, you might need to give this 100% for like a month, give this 100% for like a month, or equally give everything 25% so you don't burn out. But like, it can't be 100. Like, there's no physical way, which is why you might find yourself burning out from thing to thing because you gave too much power to all of them at one time, and then you burnt out, and then you have to start over again. So one at a time. So things may need to be decluttered that way. There's a mental, and it's funny because there is a card in here that talks about this, but there's like a mental block. Some of you are still struggling with the concept of what you deserve financially. Like, I feel like consciously that you deserve more when it comes to money, but I feel like subconsciously you're always doubting the source of money. You're doubting how long something is taking. When is the money coming? Why isn't the money coming? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's coming. It's safe for you to receive. It's safe for you to accept your blessings as what they are, blessings. Let the income come into you. Don't question it. I don't want to say don't question it. I mean, you should question every goddamn thing, but don't immediately be like, why this, why that, or come up with all of these reasons why it's invalid. It's not. You deserve that, okay? And then also, no more complaining, and God is your source, okay? You are not lacking anything, and even if you are lacking, there's something you can do about it, okay? Don't get into like hopeless world. And I don't think you do, Aquarius. I just think something's going on right now. You're having a little bit of a little malfunction. But something, you keep complaining about it or coming in this space of like someone's doing something to me, but it's like, oh, you actually have control of it, over it. Also, for somebody very specific, I'm hearing stop telling your boss, not even just your boss. There's someone at work or someone with whom you work with that you need to stop telling what your boundaries are, because they know. They know, they're just not listening. So you might want to Like you might want to start looking at your exit strategy, or looking, not even just because I don't want to encourage nobody to do nothing. Don't look. This is purely tarot. But you might want to start looking at your other options. You might want to start looking at supplement incomes. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might have to take matters into your own hands as respectfully as you can. But like constantly telling a person, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm not. They're listening, but they're not going to do anything about it. I feel the need to tell someone that, okay? So clarity, what should my Aquarius focus on this month of June? What advice do you have for Aquarius? Ooh, trust. What should the zodiac sign Aquarius focus on in June 2022? My word. Okay. Life purpose. Freedom. And passion. Freedom. All right, so life purpose, freedom, and passion are all cards of following your intuition and doing what feels good. I strongly advise that, like we were saying with the glam it up part of it, if it's going to, just try it out, test it out. And normally I don't tell air signs that, or fire signs that, because Lord knows y'all be testing some stuff out. But I think for you, Aquarius, this is about testing it out to see what your next move is, what fulfills you, what will make things even better, especially when you're in this headspace. That's what's going on for you. That's something you need to focus on. With freedom and trust, there's two messages that stick out for me. One is that you need to be more open to trusting. Like I said, if there isn't standing, like this cannot be forgiven type of issue on the table with another person, absolutely 100% follow that. But I do think that there's someone that is trustworthy that you may not be giving enough trust to, and maybe putting a little bit of a cage around who they are. And this could be vice versa too. This can be someone doing this to you. But there's this sense of judgment that's being placed on someone. This is how you are. This is what I saw. And then that's it. And it's like, that's going to imprison you more by thinking that everybody, has to fit into a box. Because sometimes, especially with this spiritual stuff, and I'm gonna say this real quick and I'm gonna close it. Sometimes with this spiritual stuff, we can almost treat it a little bit like religion and try to, like, you need to be doing these things to be considered spiritual or to be considered open-minded or to be considered, and it's like, there's no way or journey to it. So although you're trying to open someone's mind, you also imprison them by telling them that they're not open-minded enough. You see what I'm saying? Instead of respecting their journey. So I guess I'm saying that to say, be a little open-minded, be a little trustworthy. If you feel a little triggered this month, decipher if it's a trigger you need to be investigating in, or if it's something, your mind is playing tricks on you about. Okay, my love? Thank you so much for watching this reading, Aquarius. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below, and follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. Remember that I love you, and I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye.